something unexpected just happened in the California desert. A match that many people assumed would be routine suddenly turned into one of the most interesting stories of the early tournament. And a player at the center of it all is Alex Eala. Because just moments ago, the rising Filipino star defeated Dayana Yastremska in a tense 7-5 battle at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells. If you only look at the scoreline, you might think it was just another close match on the WTA Tour. But when you look deeper, this result could actually signal something much bigger. Because this was not just about winning a set. This was about momentum, confidence, and a young player proving she belongs at the biggest events in tennis. And to understand why this match matters, we need to talk about the journey that brought Alex Eala to this moment. Over the past few seasons, Alex Eala has quietly been building one of the most fascinating rise stories in women's tennis. For fans in the Philippines, she has been a star for years. But for the wider tennis world, her name only started getting serious attention recently. Eala has been steadily climbing the rankings and recently reached a career-high position just outside the WTA Top 30. That kind of rise doesn't happen by accident, and it comes through consistent improvement, big wins, and the ability to handle pressure on larger stages. And that's exactly why this Indian Wells appearance is so important. Indian Wells is not just another tournament. Players often call it the fifth Grand Slam because of the prestige, the crowds, and the extremely strong draw. Every match here feels like a statement opportunity, and for Eala that opportunity came in the form of Dayana Yastremska. Now, if you have followed tennis for a while, you know that Yastremska is not an easy opponent. She is one of the most aggressive hitters on the tour. Her game is built around power, quick points, and explosive shot-making. When she gets hot, she can overpower almost anyone, so heading into this match, many analysts believed Eala would need something special to win. But here's where the story gets interesting. This was not the first time these two players had met. Their previous encounter happened at the Eastbourne Open in 2025. And in that match, Eala actually dominated. She won 6-1, 6-2 in a performance that surprised many observers. That result suggested something important. Eala's game style seems to match up very well against Yastremska, but tennis is unpredictable. Every match is different, and Yastremska came into Indian Wells determined to flip the script. When the match started, you could immediately feel the tension. The rallies were intense. The pace was high, and neither player was willing to give an inch early on. Yastremska tried to do what she does best: attack. She went after the serve, stepping inside the baseline and trying to take control of rallies with her forehand. For a while, it worked. She was hitting deep flat shots that pushed Eala behind the baseline. But Eala responded with something that has become a signature part of her game: composure. Instead of trying to match power with power, she absorbed the pace. She used angles. She moved Yastremska side to side, and slowly the momentum started shifting. This is something that fans of Eala have noticed more and more. Her tennis IQ is extremely high. She understands how to construct points. She understands when to attack and when to defend. And against an aggressive player like Yastremska, that patience becomes a weapon. The set stayed tight. Games went back and forth. Neither player could fully break away. And that's when the pressure started building. Because when a set reaches 5-5, every point suddenly feels bigger. And this is where Eala showed something that young players sometimes struggle with: clutch decision-making. She started playing her best tennis at exactly the right moment. Her return game became sharper. Her footwork became quicker, and suddenly Yastremska was the one under pressure. At 6-5, Eala had her chance, and she didn't waste it. She closed the set 7-5. That moment told us something important. Eala is not just talented, she's mentally tough. Closing tight sets against experienced opponents is one of the hardest things in professional tennis, and doing it on a big stage like Indian Wells makes it even more impressive. But the bigger story might be what this result means going forward, because wins like this can completely change a player's trajectory in a tournament. Confidence in tennis is everything. One strong performance can unlock another, and suddenly a player finds themselves deep in the draw. For Eala, that possibility is very real. Her game is well suited to hard courts.
She moves well.
She returns aggressively. and she has developed the ability to stay calm in pressure situations. Those are exactly the qualities needed to succeed at a WTA 1000 event. But let's talk honestly for a moment, because while this victory is impressive, it also raises some interesting questions. How far can Alex Eala actually go in this tournament? Is she simply having a strong moment, or are we watching the early stages of something much bigger? If you look at the bigger picture, her progress over the past year suggests this is not just a temporary surge. Her ranking rise shows steady improvement. Her performances against higher-ranked players have become more consistent. And perhaps most importantly, her belief seems stronger than ever. When a young player reaches that stage, things can change quickly. Suddenly, they're not just participating in big tournaments, they're competing to win them. And if you look at the current WTA landscape, it's actually the perfect time for a new star to break through. Women's tennis right now is incredibly competitive, but it's also wide open. On any given day, almost anyone in the top 50 can beat anyone else, which means a confident rising player can create serious chaos in a draw. And that's why this win matters so much, because it puts Eala into the conversation. Fans are paying attention. Analysts are watching. Opponents are starting to take her seriously. And if she continues to play with the same calm, intelligent style we saw in this match, she could become one of the most dangerous players in the tournament. Of course, we also have to talk about Dayana Yastremska, because losing a 7-5 set like that can be frustrating. Her aggressive style always carries risk. When the shots land, she looks unstoppable. But when the timing is slightly off, matches can slip away quickly. And against a disciplined player like Eala, every mistake becomes costly. Still, this is tennis. Players learn from matches like this. And knowing Yastremska's competitive spirit, she'll likely come back stronger in the next tournaments. But tonight belongs to Alexandra Eala. This victory is another chapter in a story that is getting more interesting with every tournament, from junior champion to rising prospect to a player who can now defeat established WTA competitors on big stages. That evolution is happening right in front of us. And the question now is simple: what happens next? Because if Eala keeps building on performances like this, the tennis world might soon be talking about her in a very different way. Not just as a promising young talent, but as a legitimate contender. And honestly, that possibility is what makes following tennis so exciting. A new star can emerge at any moment. A breakthrough run can start with a single match, sometimes even a single set like the one we just saw. A 7-5 set that might end up meaning much more than it first appears. But now we want to hear from you. Was this the moment Alex Eala truly announced herself at Indian Wells? Or do you think bigger tests are still coming in the next rounds? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love deep tennis stories like this, stick around, because here at Red Dust Report, we break down the moments that shape the future of the sport. See you in the next.